to Los Pimentos Fantasma. I'm your host, Robbie, and I have two guests here today. First time actually having two. Double penetration.
Oh, and that's your boy, Jesse.
So we got my boy, Jesse, my compra, my son, godfather, goddammit.
Oh, God. It's one of those.
And I got one of my good friends, Ralph.
Yeah.
So, just tell us a little bit about yourself, and then just start whatever.
What's up, guys? So it's Jesse here. Let's see a little bit about myself. If you can't tell by the way I sound, I'm 5% black. And let's see, man. Hey, man, me and Robbie go like way back. We're a bunch of nerds and weirdos, and look at us now, a bunch of nerds and weirdos.
Just older.
But about myself, I'm married, got 2 cats, no kids, which, you know, it is what it is. And my cats, they're assholes, so they're like teenagers. Like, I don't know if I want kids because of them, fucking fat bastards. And I got a full-time job to deal with money. I'll let y'all interpret that however y'all want. Got a band. Ralph's actually in the band. He's my lead guitarist, and he's fucking sick.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, man, just passionate about. I love stories. I think I've been told I'm a storyteller, which is crazy because I have like zero memory of anything I do.
It's true.
But yeah, just a little bit about me.
Hey, everybody. My name's Ralph. Was raised in Carrizo Springs, Texas. So I'm a country boy. Known Jesse for around 12 years already, and met Robbie at a retreat, right?
Yeah.
I don't even remember what year that was. It was a long time ago. But play guitar. I'm the landscape foreman at San Antonio College. I got 3 kids. I'm married, thank God. Yeah.
That's it?
That's it.
So I'm gonna go into like how we met. Like I met you at a retreat or
Who's
at
you?
church. Jesse.
It's true.
And Ralph I met at the retreat because he was playing in the band too. But I know you remember this, Jesse, because you were part of it.
Ooh, that's a big word. Remember?
You remember all the pranks y'all would play at the damn
Oh,
retreat?
yeah, it was absolutely. But I remember the fucking pranks. Oh man, that shit was great.
I think the classic one was the guy Dalton,
Mm-hmm.
where they put toothpaste on his deodorant.
Oh yeah,
What?
They put
that was by
toothpaste-
yours truly.
Yeah, they put toothpaste on his deodorant, and like he was just kind of like, you can see him kind of being a little fidgety, like rubbing his armpits, and he was saying, I don't know what it is, they're just really tingly, like they feel like ice. I was like, damn it.
Dude, and it was wild. Like my toothpaste literally was the perfect color of the deodorant. You know, like some it could have been white. No, actually mine was like a blue, like a light blue, and it was flawless. Let me tell you.
It matched the same.
And I was
colors,
just
right?
like, you know, I'm destined to do this. Yeah, man, that was great.
I remember the one that y'all did to what's his name, China.
Oh man, yeah.
That one was bad because then he like went
He
off
was
afterwards.
pissed, yeah. Oh man. So I think we put sour cream on his hand, did a little tickle, and he slapped the shit out of his face. And I was like, God damn, he was pissed. In his sleep, he was pissed. And I remember him waking up, and he's like, "You to my eyes, and of course we're just laughing at him.
Yeah.
He couldn't see. But it was really his fault because I think he was sleeping with contacts on. So you know, we really blamed him for
You
that.
taught him a lesson.
Yeah,
Don't
exactly.
sleep with your contacts in.
Yeah.
It's gold. I remember I had put, who was it? Monty?
Oh,
Remember Monty?
yes.
He used to take these protein powders to the retreats. That's part of his diet. And I went out there and I took a bunch of flavored, or the chocolate donuts. And I just freaking stuffed his powder with donuts. And I remember when he found them there, he came looking for me. He's like, I know this was you. Is this what you wanted, Ralph? He eats the donuts. Is this what you wanted? And then this guy, I forgot what his name was, his last name. He's a cop now. Benny?
Who are we talking about? He's a cop now.
Yeah, like he was on the retreat. He played
Marcos?
guitar.
No. Oh, Ben. Yeah, Ben.
He played guitar and he had a really beautiful Taylor acoustic. And I have no idea how he ended up in the crossfire, but he ended up going up to the stage and he detuned my guitar.
Oh yeah, that was
He
great.
detuned it, and I had my toolkit with me. I repaired guitars, so I went out there to his guitar and I just took the strings off.
Damn.
I took them all the way off, but I saved them just to the point where once he found out that I would go out there, I'll put them back on. No big deal. But I just remember he was pissed. Like he actually got kind of salty about it.
Yeah, that show was hilarious because like Ralph was a fucking ninja with that. He like curled them up. They looked like they just came out of the hamstrings. I was like, dude, that was great.
Experience.
It was wild. I think my first retreat, I don't remember. What retreat was it? It was a young adults retreat. We were at the YMCA.
Camp Flaming Arrow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one. And my first retreat, I smoked salvia.
Nice.
Yeah. And they were like, hit this. And I was like, okay, I've never smoked this before. And I held it too long.
Oh no.
And they were like, you're not supposed to hold it. I was like, you didn't fucking tell me anything. You just told me hit it.
That's that synthetic shit.
And I held it for a good while and then I let it go. And that night was the scariest fucking night of my life. To be honest, that was the scariest fucking night ever.
That still gives you a bad trip, man. That's no joke.
I believe that I spoke to God inside of the toilet, inside the restroom.
Damn. That's some heavy shit.
I believe that I saw shadow people walking around the room. I think it was just like the mom in the room or whatever.
I remember battling some demons on the toilet.
I remember, oh shit, like coming at my face and stuff like that. And,
Oh, hold on.
pause.
Back up. Did you say like shit, like literal shit
No.
on your face? What'd you say?
Like,
Or someone was coming on your face.
No,
That's
what-
what I
Okay,
okay.
let's go ahead.
Don't worry,
Let's just say pause.
That's what I thought you heard.
like stuff was like, I don't know what it was. Hands like coming out from under the bed and shit.
Oh, okay.
that's
It was rowdy as fuck, and I was the only one awake in my fucking room. I stayed awake till 3 in the fucking morning. And then once the sun had set and everything, I still remember this to the day, but nobody in my damn cabin remembered. I saw a pack of wolves, and they sat there, and I stared at them in the damn eye. You're not supposed to do that because you're challenging them or whatever. But it was a white wolf, a black wolf, and some pups, and it just sat there in the middle of the campgrounds.
That's wild.
And when everybody woke up, they walked.
I actually remember a story. It's pretty popular, especially with in Native American culture. They talk about the black wolf and the white wolf.
Ralph's Native American, by the way, if you didn't know.
Yeah, by blood. But yeah, like they said that it's kind of interesting that you experienced that at a retreat, because pretty much what the story is that it's almost like call it almost like the yin yang kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. So like the white wolf is meant to represent the good that's in you. The black wolf represents the bad that's in you, because we all have.
It's pretty racist, Ralph.
No, I'm saying, well, I mean, it is what it is. But the stories is that the one that those two are always going to be fighting inside of you, like they're going to be fighting each other. And the question I had for my deal was like, ooh, which one is the one that wins? And it's the one that you feed. That's the one that's going to stay alive, and that's the one that will win. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know if there's a connection or anything, but might be.
I mean, for sure, because like that,
Conspiracy
that can
theory.
tie back to like mental health. You know,
Yeah.
like there's days where you're good,
Yeah,
you know, no doubt, and then
there's days where I'm having mental breakdowns.
yeah, man, it's wild because sometimes you don't know what triggers it. It could just be like a thought process. It could just be like a decision you make in the day, and it just kind of just spirals and spirals and spirals. And the wild thing about mental health is, one, sometimes you do know like what triggers you, but you still seek those things out just because it's something that you know, something like you're
it's comfort sometimes.
It's comfort, yeah.
Even though it's bad, even though it's toxic, it still brings comfort.
And that comfort.
You go towards what you're used to, basically.
Exactly. And in that comfort, you find like your own destruction, which is crazy.
Yeah.
It gets pretty deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure. Great Native American knowledge there.
I've been wanting to, since my uncle told me that story. I freaked out with how common it was. I just never bothered looking stuff like that up. But you can find those stories pretty much all over the internet. But I always wanted to get the two wolves tattooed on my back somewhere.
I'll do it $5.
For $5. Do it for a case of beer and some smokes. But yeah.
On one of the episodes, I brought up the Wendigo.
Oh shit! Yeah.
That's an awesome creature.
The Wendigo?
Yeah.
That's
You never-
never on me.
You've never.
It's like
Maybe I have. Maybe I have.
He's Native American. I'm sure. His uncle's a Wendigo or some shit.
That's an okay.
So like a skinwalker.
Oh, the Skinwalker.
We don't say
So there's a
Okay.
few different like names, but
That's a
Wendigo's a big one in I think Texas.
I call them skinny joggers because I don't want to say their name.
It's very interesting to me because I know of the Skinwalker, but the one that I'm familiar with is, I suppose it's the original one, the one that came from the Navajo Nation. There's
The deer woman?
Huh?
The deer woman?
I'm not sure. It's pretty much the same description as everybody says online. It's like they shape shift. They can take the voice of someone you love. They usually follow somebody who's on a trail. There's literally the Skinwalker trail out there.
Yeah.
People have gone missing. They're still missing to
The
this day.
Skinwalker
That is
Ranch?
Wild.
The Skinwalker
Yeah.
Ranch, yeah. All that's the Navajo Nation. The thing is, what I had also heard is that if you were to go to the reservation out there, and if you were to ask about it, like nobody is going to answer you. As a matter of fact, it's almost like a sign of disrespect because it's not something that they want to talk about because of how much they believe it's real. So that's why they don't want to. They don't want to summon it. They don't want to. They don't want their reservation. They just want nothing to do with it. It's almost like Voldemort to them. You know, for real.
That's wild, man.
So I heard of the deer woman, and you could see it. You watch the show Reservoir?
Res Dogs.
Res Dogs, yeah, Res Dogs. You see her in like the second season, and she's like this beautiful woman. But when she gets out of the car, she has two little deer hooves.
Yeah. No shit. Yeah. Did I actually explain to that show? Not to go off topic, but I met Dallas Goldtooth. You know that. He's and then like the first episode, he's the one on the horse, the Indian. He's like, I'm sort of like your spirit guy.
Oh yeah.
You know, that dude. Yeah, that guy. That dude he's cool as shit. He really is. But the
He
thing
looks
is,
fucking great.
What was his name? William. He goes by William. What?
in the show,
William Knifehand.
Yeah,
Nice
some
man.
shit like that.
his actual name is Dallas Goldtooth, and
Somehow worse.
Right?
He's intimidating though. Like when you see him, like when you see how big he is, like he's intimidating. Like I got nervous around him. I didn't know who he was. I didn't know.
Ralph was a big motherfucker.
You know what's funny is in Carrizo Springs, I was already standing at 6'2", and when I was in football, I was the guy getting manhandled, fucking getting thrown into the locker and shit. These dudes would tower over me over there.
I've seen Ralph get manhandled before. But it ended with a happy ending.
That's why I did it voluntarily. But I digress. Yeah, what were we talking about?
This dude towering over you, William Knifehand.
Oh no, we were talking about Res Dogs. Yeah, the Skinwalker.
The Wendigo one is kind of different from the skinny joggers because he's a creature that it's basically like someone that got into like greed and like you become cold-hearted and your heart literally crystallizes into ice and your skin just starts like crystallizing into ice.
Jeez.
And a lot of them take form of like deers and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But the one that I've heard about, like he's got like a deer head, and then his whole body is just like he's like massive. It kind of looks like the pyramid head. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's wild. There was a story I heard, and now that we're going into like definitions and details, I don't remember what it was, either Wendigo or like Skinwalker. I thought they were like one and the same, or maybe like fucking breed or from it. But I remember there was a story about a brother who was like he was either infected or he was one of them, and I heard that like you have to consume flesh, like starts that process in you. So he invited his brother over, and he's kind of feeling lonely and feeling down, and his brother was trying to be there for him. And I remember him like, or the phrasing he worded to like his brother was like, "Well, I know you love me, and I know you'll do anything for me." And of course he fed him that night. He said he made some deer, and it actually was a deer. He actually fucking cooked a person.
Damn.
And he fed that to his brother. So because of eating flesh, his brother started like, he got infected and started like turning like that starting point. It's a fucking wild story.
What was that called again?
Nah, it was about like one of the like the Wendigos and walkers.
The Jeffrey Dahmer?
And shit, it might be. Dude, that series was fucking wild. Man.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Dahmer one?
Yeah.
I sat through it. That was pretty cool. But so I never really experienced anything like that, seen or heard anything out there. And I grew up out there in the Monte. There was some things that I remember experiencing. I remember I was a junior in high school, and my sister's classmate, her name was Desiree Rodriguez, and she had a car, and she was real cool with me. We had another friend of ours, his name was Sam, and we used to cruise around town a lot because there's literally not shit to do out there. Population only like 8,000 people. We had a lot of river access though. We had Espantosa, we called it Midway, the Uvalde Crossing, stuff like that. We had multiple points to access the river. But the one that I remember was when we went to Midway, because Midway, you have to drive out of town about a good 8 miles, and it's in between Carrizo Springs and Crystal City. So you're gonna turn to the right and you take this long dirt road. I mean, it stretches for a good, probably say about, to me it feels like probably like 3 miles, and it's like sand, like red sand, like really fine dirt. Like if you hit the gas too hard, you're gonna get stuck. So once you get down there, there's some trees that are there right there alongside the riverbank, but they're all pretty tall. There's no branches or anything that's low to the ground. And we were out there, and I just started smoking cigarettes. So I was out there with my cigarette thing, I was all big shit. But I kind of heard some screeching going on in the brush. Mind you, this is already like at 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. And out there in the Monte, back in those days, you couldn't see shit. Once it was dark, it was pitch black. You can hear the water moving, but you can't see the water. So I initially thought it's either a deer, a hog, something like that. But it made this odd noise. That's the thing that I remember, is it made a really odd noise, and I can't even try to make the sound itself. It was weird. It was like a woo, like kind of sound like that.
Oh, dang.
Like so
Yeah, no, you know what it sounded like? To me, I remember my first initial thought was it sounded like a fucking toy spacecraft, like like a cartoony one that it's about to land and but they heard it too, and they said, let's get back in the car, because they started getting nervous. So I put on my cigarette and I got into the car, and I remember exactly where we were parked because of the headlights. The headlights gave just enough light to see what's above us or whatever. There was no branches or anything like that. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because when we got into the car, as soon as we closed the door, we started hearing screeching like on the top of the roof of the car, and Desiree yelped because it startled her. It startled all of us. The thing is that it sounded like if we were to have parked under a branch and there's wind and the branch is like scraping the roof of the car. So me being an idiot, I'm over here like I was about to get off the car because I thought it was somebody trying to fuck with us. But Desiree and Sam were telling me like, just stay in the fucking car, don't be stupid, don't be white. And but we didn't see anything though. Like she even put the thing in reverse, and we backed up, and we drove halfway through out of the entrance, and then we got off the car to make sure that there was nothing still on the roof. And the whole time we were driving away, I was in the back seat. I'm looking up in the back to see if anything falls off or anything jumps off. You can still see with the red lights. But we didn't see anything. So that whole time to this day, it's just kind of like, I'll always remember that. Like, what the fuck was that? Where did, like, what's, and we actually took the flashlight and we looked at her roof, by the way, and it was scratched up pretty bad. So
That's fucking wild.
I don't know, like, I like to think that it was like a raccoon or something that jumped on it, but
You said like Carrizo Springs, Crystal City area, right?
yeah, right in the middle. So if you,
I grew up in Dilley, Texas.
oh shit, yeah,
So I'm like
right in the
So I had heard stories that in that area there was a big time Lechuza problem.
Lechuza, yes, yeah. I actually, I've encountered that animal several times during my life out there. The closest encounter I ever had to it, and it was pretty weird. And my mom had always told me about the Lechuza. It's a folklore out there. But we just came out of a youth ministry, so I was still involved in the church. And if you were to have seen, you would have to see. I know Jesse went out there and he saw what the place looked like, but we had classrooms that are right across the street from the church. And this church that I have has two large, tall, like towers, and they have red cones with red crosses on the top, and the crosses light up. So we get out of class. We just finished a meeting for youth ministry. We were prepping for a retreat, and it was already nighttime. And as soon as I walked out, like I just saw the shadow. And you can kind of see, you felt the gust of wind from the wings when they would flap. And when you looked up at my youth minister, at the time, she was fairly young, but she was kind of a viejita already. And she's very much believes in all that stuff about the Lechuza. So when she saw it, I just heard her gasp, like she gasped like really loud. And when I looked up, I saw that animal. It looked like, you would have to have seen, The Secret of Nymph. Have you ever seen that movie from the 80s? It's a cartoon, The Secret of Nymph. It's about
the animated one.
The animated cartoon.
Yeah.
It's an old creepy cartoon. Like if you were to see it, it's a movie though. It has this old owl with his eyes, they glow like yellow and shit. But I just remember the size of it and how he looked when he would fly, and I was like, that's what that fucking owl looked like. And I saw it go all the way up into the tower of the church, and it started making a screech sound. It sounded like a woman that was screaming.
That's right.
And the thing is, like, everybody got scared. Everybody got into their car and took off. My stupid ass lived 2 blocks down. I walked over there. So I didn't have a car. I didn't need one. So I'm over here, like, even the thing that I thought was fucked up was that everybody knew of this animal, they knew the story, and everybody split. Nobody offered me a ride.
Like, fuck her up.
For real. So here I go walking down. I'm not walking, I'm fucking like booking it. I'm running to the house, and the reason why I started panicking more was because I looked back, this fucker was following me.
Damn.
And when I got to the house, I made it to the house, and I was home alone. Everybody was still kind of out doing their thing. And I just remember my mom having all the windows open. So my instinct was get the holy water, start, blessing the windows, start blessing the house. I didn't know what to do. I was just trying to do something to bring some comfort, So I went out there with the fucking holy water, and the fucking that damn animal popped up on the kitchen window. So here I go shutting the kitchen window, and I put the holy water. I go to the bathroom to take a piss, and there the fucker is there in the bathroom window, like right outside my dad's or my great grandfather's truck. He's out there perched on the fucking bed. So then I close that window, and then I go. This is literally happening in every room in the house that has a window. He was going there to look.
Yeah.
But anytime I splash the holy water, like I wouldn't even close the window. I would just splash the holy water, and I would see it take off. At least
that's crazy.
So that was my closest encounter with that. But I haven't experienced anything like that since, other than being outside and you hear a woman screaming in the sky.
Yeah.
And then you can kind of look and you can kind of see it. What I always just told myself is they're just very intelligent animals. Don't freak out. This is the area where they kind of hang out, but there's just this dark, ugly feeling when you come around. It's weird. I can't describe it. Especially since that experience. Not gonna say I'm a believer, but I'm not gonna say it's not real either.
Yeah.
I like the concept that like, even if it was like an intelligent animal, like just that, it still like stalked you and shit.
Yeah.
Like in the little owl brain is like, I like that little boy. But yeah, man, it's just crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty much the secret to finding the fountain of youth.
The secret of life.
It's right there. I hope you didn't miss it.
We had to take a little break.
Well, let me start it off.
You got any funny things?
So, I'm a petty person. For those of you that don't know, I love being petty. You know, it's
True.
It's rough, man. It's rough. So I have a coworker, dude. She's been like such a bitch. Like it's crazy. And when I first started working where I work, I remember her just trying to order me around in front of people, in front of like customers and stuff like that. And dude, I was so done with it. So I remember this one day I was standing. And she was to the right side of me, and she was like barking orders at me, but I was with the customer, and I was just so mad, and so I just ignored her that whole time. Like 20 minutes later, when we're by ourselves, she's like, "Why would you ignore me when I needed you?" She's like, "That's not very like not very leader-like of you. Like, why? I don't understand why you did this." So from the bottom of my heart, like I poured out all my emotions, and I was like, "Well, just so you know, I'm actually deaf in my right ear." And it just, I'm very sensitive about it. Like, if you wouldn't bring it up, I would appreciate that. So, dude, that whole, I want to say like month, she would like say things to me. I just fucking straight up ignore her, and she wouldn't even say anything. She thought I was like deaf. And then I remember her pulling me aside, and she's like, "You know what? I'm just so sorry of how I treated you in the beginning." And I was like, "You know, I'm glad. And just so you know, I'm also not deaf." Yep.
That's fucking
She
crazy.
doesn't like talking to me still. So crazy fact or fun fact. Me and Ralph used to work for this pest control company. And I've actually been in pest control for like fucking years. Maybe 5-6 years, something like that. And through all that time, I'm still fucking terrified of roaches, man. Like the little ones, the flying ones. Fuck roaches.
I always found that funny because you're a pest controller. You deal with that on daily.
I actually geek out with these insects, man, because I'm also a pest control technician. I worked for Jesse and his dad at one point, but I'm not terrified of bugs. It all depends on, like, I guess the environment, like what's the safe distance between me and the bug. But I geek out with shit like that. I'm over here all trying to figure out like how to clog their spiracles and stuff like that. And then I go out there to Big Bend National Park, and of all things, I mean, I'm sitting on top of a mountain. There's a whole bunch of shit going on in front of me. There's freaking birds, there's crows, all this stuff. And what I was freaking out over was there was pavement ants on the rocks up there. And pavement ants, I've never seen on the field before. It was my first time seeing a pavement ant, and I was freaking out. Like, I was overjoyed over it, because we don't have those here in San Antonio.
Yeah.
So when I saw them out there for the first time, I'm just kind of like, what the fuck? Like, is that a pavement? That is a pavement ant. I'm over here watching the trail, like watching them do their thing and stuff like that, instead of watching the birds and shit.
Dude, what the hell's a pavement ant?
It's an ant and it lives on a fucking pavement.
Right?
Yeah.
They live in concrete. They're able, because you know how ants will make nests or mounds in dirt and stuff like that. These guys, they live in rock, concrete, stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah. They have these giant, freaking gnarly looking heads. It's freaking incredible. That's why I was like, I've seen pictures, I've seen videos. I've never actually seen one on the field. So that was my first time seeing them, and that's when I was like, all like following them around, like watching what they were doing, damn near fucking falling off a cliff. I'm just kidding, but yeah, I was pretty excited over that.
You mentioned being petty, and I like being petty too, but I like to make it like convenient to myself. So I work for a third-party company.
Well, I put a battery in one of those, I think.
What's this one?
Oh, okay. Sorry, ladies and gents. Ralph's mic is dead, and we're trying to figure out how we can still, make Ralph useful.
You have double A inside of a remote that you don't need?
Maybe a vibrator.
Vibrator.
So Speaking of bugs, there was this one day, again, I'm terrified of roaches. There was this one day, I was here at home, and I remember going in the restroom, maybe, I say day, but it was like at night, and it was maybe around like midnight, and I remember seeing it was a big motherfucker, like the dick on that thing. And I saw him, I was like, oh shit. I was like, you know what, I don't need to go pee anymore. So I legit went back to bed, and I remember Kim waking up maybe around 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And I remember her going into the restroom, like, I know I'm asleep, but I can feel it. And she screams. She's like, oh my God, there's a roach in here. And I'm like, oh no. You should kill it. Yeah, man. I can't do bugs still, you know?
Bro, I work for like a third party company who we laser cups. I'm not gonna say what cups, but we laser cups. And we have this dude that walks around thinking like he's a boss and stuff. But all he does really is like manage the lids in the warehouse. He gets really pissed off when you mix the lids. And times like this, it's really boring. And there's nothing to do. They send us home half of the time. There's nothing to do. From time to time, I like mixing the lids and pissing them the fuck off. And because it's funny just to watch it happen. And then he blames everybody else, and I'm just walking away like, I did it.
That's hilarious.
We're just talking just as like this.
Back to the dick.
Hey, wait, do you have the mic? Yeah. This little trick I learned in high school is if the battery dies, if you just rub it or make it like warm it up.
Rub it.
Rub it.
He's just jacking them off, guys.
I'm making it look me in the eye while I do it too. Well, there you go. I got some.
He has 2 bars. What the hell? That's wild.
Moral of the story, if you jack off the batteries, they won't work.
That's all you did. Just turn them on, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm still young, you know? There's still somebody out there for me.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. That's for sure.
Anybody listening, want a Virgo? I'm right here.
And he's hot. He's like a more Ryan Reynolds.
Or Capricorn. Toxic as fuck though.
I like popcorn.
I like popcorn.
No, man, I never really got into like all that the zodiacs and all that,
Yeah, no.
like the signs. There's this one girl who was like, you know what? Today my zodiac says I'm supposed to be a bitch. I'm gonna be a bitch to everyone. I was like,
What the fuck?
wow. I mean, you're a bitch all the time. You know?
Like they try to judge
What's
your
today
personality based on your zodiac. Like they have had girls, they'll be there and they're like, oh, like you must be like a fucking Leo or something like that because of this and that or the other. And I'm like, no, I'm actually a Capricorn. That makes sense. And I'm like, what the fuck? What are you talking about?
Apparently they're really toxic,
What?
the Capricorns. Which is weird because Virgos like are attracted to Capricorns.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's because we're both petty.
Ooh. I did see some chemistry between you.
I don't know if am I petty? I don't think I'm petty. I might be petty. I'm just not aware.
So Virgos we're loyal, but we were really clingy. We gotta like do every little fucking thing. And sometimes it annoys the fuck out of me.
It's real, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, I mean, well, it's cool that you're like realizing your like the weaknesses, but you know, all you gotta do is just talk it up.
Right?
Are you clingy? You know, let's not use clingy. You're there for them all the time.
Yeah.
Just gotta reword it, brother.
It's another thing. Loyal, clingy, or there for them.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, all the time.
This is another one. Oh, I'm a perfectionist, which is real. I have to do everything, and it has to be perfect. That's why sometimes I don't like drawing and shit, because like, if it doesn't match what it looks like in my head, I'm like, fuck. It's not art.
It's a trait that I carry too. I try to be like that with music. I'm just lazy. Yeah, everything's got to be all fucking like symmetric. I don't know. Maybe that would be OCD. Everything has to be like symmetrical. Everything's got to be like in order. My schedule has to be right on time. If it's like a minute after, I kind of lose my shit. I don't know if that's considered perfectionism.
OCD for sure.
Yeah.
And
I do that
things
too.
give me anxiety.
I do that too, though. Like when I'm at a restaurant, I'm like, put my fork here, my napkin here, but they all have to be touching the edge of the table, and if they're not, like it makes me wild.
And stuff like that, yeah.
So I was the type of kid that liked and this is the best way I can explain it. I'm like the opposite of y'all. Like, whenever y'all got y'all's meals in like high school, you know, like, so you got like chicken nuggets that were fucking awesome, you got some mashed potatoes, and you got some bread. I throw that shit together, like I make a sandwich out of that. I love it when it's kind of like mixing each other. Like, ooh.
I do that with some of my foods, but like a lot of them I really don't like them touching. That's why I like when they made those, the Kid Pals plates.
Oh, yeah.
Where it had all this little section. That's why I like my food.
That's wild, man. I love it mixed. What
I
about you, Rob?
I mix everything. I don't give a shit. It also depends on what it is. Sometimes some food is meant to be mixed. You know?
Yeah.
If I have like, might be weird, but like if there's like a fried chicken, corn, mashed potatoes, I'll mix the corn with the mashed potatoes. Or rice and beans, I'll mix rice and beans in there. You know.
I don't know, one day I was eating like waffles and eggs and put ketchup on my eggs.
Ketchup on your eggs? Hell yeah.
And it fucking got on my waffle and I didn't want to eat that fucking waffle anymore.
Oh shit.
I didn't want that waffle.
I would have eaten it anyway.
Yeah. Oh man, I grew up poor. Like, anytime we was like, maybe we dropped our food, we're eating that shit. You know?
Oh yeah, I used to do that as a kid too.
It built my immunities up.
My sister jokes about like the one time that she like threw the cookie into the fucking dirt and I ate it.
Shit. That's crazy, man.
And it's that real, like Ross was saying, that real red ass dirt that gets in fucking everything.
It's like fucking Mars dust and shit.
Yeah.
It's annoying, man. Like the dirt will get in everything. If you're not wearing dark jeans or like dark shirt, your white shirts are fucked.
Dang, that's crazy.
Still struggling with my mic, but I got it under control. At least I hope I do.
We'll figure it out.
Any crazy stories or like any crazy things that ever happened to y'all? So this is going back to like a darker side of the topic, but like I feel like my parents' house used to be haunted. So I remember my brother had this one room and he was fucking always terrified to sleep in it. And he cried a lot. And he's like, bro, I need to sleep with you. I can't sleep in my room. And I legit thought he was just being a baby. I thought he was being like a little kid about it. And he was like maybe 5, maybe 6. So I was like, no, I don't want you sleeping with me, you know? Me being like a teenager, like fucking, I think it was like 13, 14. So I was like, you know what? You can sleep in my room tonight. I'm going to prove you wrong. I'm going to sleep in that room. And, you know, and then once I'm right, you're never going to sleep in my room again. So that next night, I remember sleeping in there, and bro, I had like sleep paralysis. And for those of you that have never had sleep paralysis, that shit is scary. But my like experience with it was like, I remember like being asleep and I just like immediately awake, and I can see everything in my room. I can make out all the little details. Like I was awake. And then standing to like this just right out of my reach to the left side of me, there was this dark figure, tall motherfucker, and I was like, oh my god, like dude, there's a black guy in my house. But now like I couldn't move my body. I was freaking out. I remember I was sweating. That night I actually slept with the rosary. I remember that rosary being blessed by one of the priests. And I remember it was just like right, like an inch away from my hand. I remember my hand trying to like reach it, and me freaking out. And I start praying, and all of a sudden I can reach it. Like I grabbed the rosary, and right when I touched it, I fucking sat up. And dude, it was fucking terrifying.
Speaking of sleep paralysis, I've been waking up fucking weird lately. There was one day, I think it was when I first started smoking the CBD. Mm-hmm. Like I was kind of restless. There was one day that, so when I go to bed, I have a nightstand next to my bed, and I put the remote there, and I always turn off my TV. I never sleep with it on. And it was 3 a.m. I woke up, the remote was on my lap, the TV was on, and my eyes were like blurry as fuck, like you just waking up blurry. And I could feel my hands, but I couldn't feel my body. But I also saw myself sitting there as well. So it was either like sleep paralysis or like out of body experience or something. But when it finally came to, I turned off my TV and I just went back to sleep.
I actually have heard that if you sleep with your TV on, you're most likely to experience stuff like that. It's something to do with the light. I should have paid attention in that class. Because there was a lesson I remember hearing where like the light, it triggers something in your brain, and even though your eyes are closed, you can still see light through your eyelids. And the TV screens, especially now with these LED lights, you know, I've experienced it. Every time that TV stays on when I go to sleep, I have nightmares. But yeah, man, that's probably why I went through something like that, because TV stayed on.
There was another day, my friend, I have a friend that lives in California, and she was going out with friends, and she sent me her location, so I was trying to stay awake as long as she like got home, and I didn't. And it was like, I think it was like 2 in the morning. She texted me and she's like, "Hey, what are you doing? I'm home. Are you awake?" And I was like, "I am, but I'm fucking scared right now." And she was like, "What do you mean?" And I was like, I can literally feel my phone in my hand, but I can't grasp it. And I can kind of see my screen, but I can't see as much as I'm supposed to. And my body was just frozen there. I was in like a crisscross applesauce position.
Right.
I was just sitting there on my bed, and I was just trying to like grasp my hand, and I was frozen. And then she texted me again, and my body just jolted. And like I woke up or whatever, what the fuck was happening. But a lot of that's been happening lately. I don't know what the fuck it is.
Maybe anxiety.
Maybe.
It's wild, man. That's fucking crazy.
But I've had actual like sleep paralysis where like you felt like something sitting on your chest, or you felt like something across the room staring at you and stuff.
You can't move.
Yeah.
You can't get up.
But I learned that if you just go with the flow and just let it happen, you lucid dream.
I do have this thing now where I can actually, I go through something like that and I can actually already kind of tell that I'm having a dream. I haven't had one of those nightmares to where I've really felt like it's real. Anytime I have a nightmare or a dream, it's I kind of already tell myself, "Oh, this is a dream." You know, I don't know if everybody's able to do something like that, but it's something I realize that I'm able to do now. I'm not sure why, but yeah.
I don't like that, but like I can talk to like loved ones that have passed in my dream, and like I can like when I wake up and stuff, like I remember exactly what I said or what exactly we were talking about and stuff. And I've talked to a priest about it, and he says that it's just like you imagining it in your mind. But I was like, no, like they were literally talking about stuff that like happens now. Like I had talked to my my stepmom's brother who had recently passed, and he passed before she got the news that she had cancer. He knew already that she had cancer.
Dang,
Yeah.
crazy.
I talked to my grandpa one time, and he asked me how Raiden was doing. He passed before Raiden was born.
Damn. That's
Yeah.
wild.
So like I like have conversations with my fallen loved ones sometimes.
So we're talking about like our superpowers. So that is, well, my superpower right now, like legit, you can ask my wife, it is a fucking superpower. Every time we go to the store, like I find really close parking. Like every time, every time, like it's like, man, I'm good at it.
I always tell one of my friends that my superpower is luck. It's literally, there's so many times that I've almost died. There's so many times that like I get stuck somewhere and like I'm no longer stuck there or something. There's this one time where I worked at Toyota, and I was coming home and I was half asleep, and I drove into like the passing lane where the other cars are coming this way, and I was like this close, like literally chicken, and I veered off into the other lane, and I drove home fine.
Damn, that's wild, man.
Shit.
There's so many times where I've had like near death experience type shit, and like I just, something happens and I'm good.
Man, there's one day I was driving. I was coming home from work, and I remember it was 281. Sorry, so it was 410 281, and I remember exiting, and it was raining. It was like raining like fucking a lot, like cats and dogs. And I remember, and I've never experienced this. It was fucking terrifying. Like I started fishtailing, and I was like, oh shit. And I remember spinning, like I did like a whole like 180, and I was terrified because I remember seeing the cars in front of me, and that lady looked terrified. So I was like, oh shit, lady, like something's fucking gonna happen. And I remember spinning, but I made it back around, so 360, and then I slammed into the side, and I remember seeing like the edge because it fucking drops, and I like landed back down, and I was able to like stop my car. And
Damn.
dude, crazy. I'm definitely on this world, and I feel like everyone has a purpose, you know, like it's good to know you have a purpose. But man, I'm just like, that was crazy. Like, I could have died by a car crash, I could have died like a car crashed into me, I could have fucking fell off the side. Like, that was crazy, man. There's a lot of reasons why I shouldn't have made it, but I fucking did.
That's for sure. I just kind of feel like, I mean, even if you don't believe in like God or anything like that, you're not religious or whatever. Sometimes I don't know. It's hard to say that there's not, you know, a God or something like that, because there's people that try to, you know, off themselves, and something always goes wrong. Like, you know, it's either they get saved or something happens that keeps them from dying. You know what I mean? So like that's I always consider it like a divine intervention kind of thing.
Speaking of that, like there was this time that I tried offing myself, and I did it with the shoestring on the doorknob.
Yeah.
As soon as I went down, the doorknob broke off the damn door.
Damn.
And the doorknob was like a hard, like in there doorknob, but right when I went down, the whole doorknob just broke off the door.
It's so funny. Since we're gonna go down that road, I'm kind of happy I got Jesse here, because Jesse he was there for the aftermath, but the first, well, no, actually it was the second time I had attempted it was a really weird experience, because I used to have a house there that I was renting a house at the time. And in the garage there were these wooden beams that, you know the beams that you see in the top, the ceiling of the any structure really. But I went ahead out there and I tied a rope onto it, and I was sitting on the ladder. I was sitting on that ladder for like, it had to have been almost an hour. And I thought, man, that's just pretty much pondering everything. I was even like talking to my mom, like talking to my sister, just kind of like almost not really saying goodbye, but sort of saying goodbye. But I remember it was because of it was an argument that I got into with my ex, and I was dealing with bipolar disorder, but I didn't know I had it at the time. I was just going through the symptoms, you know what I mean? So there's a little, I guess, sort of supernatural experience, because when I jumped, I jumped, and I don't know why that fucking board was just as secure as the rest of them, but for some reason it broke off as if it wasn't bolted in or anything. It just felt like if nothing was holding it. And the only thing that really hurt is when I fell on the concrete. I landed on my ass bone, dude. I busted my shit. And I remember my wind kind of getting knocked out of me, and that fucking 2x4 came down and fucking dropped right on my fucking head. And the only thing I could remember, because my glasses fell off when I jumped, and the only thing I could kind of see, because it was already like past sunset, so there was no light in that garage. The only light was this one window that was on the top, and the sunlight would beam through that would light up the garage. But when that 2x4 hit me on the head, I just kind of remember looking in the corner. Like I said, I couldn't see. I got terrible vision and astigmatism and all that shit. But I swear, like when I looked at it, it looked like a fucking what's that? What are those things from Harry Potter? The mentors or whatever. Yeah.
Mentors.
Yeah, it looked like that's what that shit was sitting there in the corner. And I felt like, holy shit, I died. And I'm already having the out-of-body experience, and this fucker's here to pick me up. I was hyperventilating already because that's what I thought I saw, and I'm literally just there staring at it, like getting ready to have a fucking panic attack. While all this shit is happening, my ex was phoning up pretty much everybody, and I know Jesse was one of them. And I heard some rustling kind of going on, and it scared the shit out of me, so I fucking took off from the garage. I left my glasses there, and I just fucking ran. I ran into my bedroom, and I jumped into the closet, and I was fucking like covering myself. Like, I was terrified. I don't know what the fuck I was terrified of what I just saw. I was sad because of what I just tried to do. I was also still, pretty much the whole reason why that led up to that was still weighing heavy on me.
Yeah.
And I was still in a manic state. I still remember what it felt like, so looking back on it, I was still in that manic state though. But the only thing I remember was Jesse kind of busting through the I don't know if it was the window.
The window.
And he ran into the bedroom, and he was the first one to grab me, and like he hugged the shit out of me, dude, because that was a nightmare, man. You know what I'm talking about? A nightmare. That was pretty bad.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Like, I don't think everybody like knows, like, going through your day, like the day that like the person had, like, you know, like just simple interaction. Like, there's times where like I'll have like someone be like rude to me, and it'll piss me off. Where like we don't think like what kind of day are they having, like why are they pissed, like why are they treating me like this, and just, man, dude, it's crazy how much people are kind of going through these days. And I feel like it's not really a thing where we talk about a lot, like with like mental health. I feel like it just kind of gets put on the back burner, because I feel like nowadays everything's about image, not just like what you look like on the outside, not the inside kind of thing. And everyone's just kind of putting up a front. It's wild.
Yeah.
Basically, what this new culture is pretty much all about. It's just to project an image, and if you can't acquire like that lifestyle that you see behind that image, you know what I mean? People slip into a depression, and nowadays it's just I understand now when somebody is being rude or if they're angry, and it's weird. I kind of regret. Well, I don't really regret it now, but a long time ago when I was I had to have been like 11, 12 years old. People would be fighting, they'd be angry, stressing out over bills, all this shit. Like, I remember always kind of praying and asking, like, hey man, like, I want to understand these people. I want to know why they are the way they are. How can I help them? And that's why I kind of feel like I've been through all this shit, because it's like, I see somebody who fucking gets tapped on the back and they turn around, they're ready to swing, you know, they're angry all the time and shit. And it's like, they must have been through some shit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you do have people that are like, they choose to be that way. They don't want to fix their problems or anything. They choose to be that person. Those are the ones that I don't have much sympathy for. You know, if they are aware of the problem, if they know what's causing it, and they still choose to do nothing about it, I feel sorry for them.
Yeah. What's on you?
Yeah, for sure.
That concludes the episode with these guys. It's real fun, real deep. It got real dark sometimes. But like always, you can follow us anywhere at Los Pimentos Fantasma. I currently have a lot of stuff going on. I have a YouTube channel, which is Los Picoso Fantasma. Later on, we'll be doing video and stuff. I don't want to show my ugly face yet. We'll see how the views go with my voice. Like always, everything is on the Instagram with the link tree. Everything's there.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry for talking so damn much.